World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day. This is World News in 5 here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. United States President Donald Trump has said that Moscow and Kiev will immediately start negotiations toward a ceasefire and an end to their war now in its 4th year. Al Jazeera reported that the statement comes after a more than 2-hour call with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Putin said that efforts to end the conflict seemed on the right track and that Moscow was ready to work with Ukraine on a memorandum about a future peace accord. The Russian president also thanked Trump for supporting the resumption of direct talks between Russia and Ukraine. In other news overseas, Israel says it has allowed 5 United Nations or UN lorries carrying humanitarian aid, including baby food, into the Gaza Strip after 11 weeks of blockade. The BBC reported that the UN's humanitarian chief welcomed the move but stressed it was only a drop in the ocean of what is urgently needed by the 2.1 million Palestinians in the war-torn territory where global experts are warning of a looming famine. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his decision to temporarily let in a minimal amount of food followed pressure from allies in the U.S. Senate. Netanyahu added food deliveries would continue only until the Israeli military and private companies had set up hubs to distribute aid under a US-backed plan rejected by the UN. And finally, former United States President Joe Biden expressed his gratitude for the words of support that have poured in from across the world on or after the former US president announced his cancer diagnosis on Sunday. The BBC reported that such words of support include a private letter from Britain's King Charles. On Sunday, Biden's office disclosed that he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer that has spread to his bones. The news comes as fresh questions are being raised about the former president's health while he was in office. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph, Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.